Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're focusing on something that, well, impacts billions globally. It's this crisis of restorative sleep.
It really is an enormous problem. The data we looked at, frankly, it's shocking.
Shocking how?
Well, you've got more than 1/3 of adults worldwide dealing with actual clinical insomnia.
1/3. Wow.
And what that means, practically, is people are losing, on average, nearly 3 full nights of quality sleep each week.
3 nights.
Yeah.
That's a massive deficit. It must build up.
Exactly. That loss of capacity just compounds over time.
Okay, so let's unpack this. Our mission today is really to give you an evidence-based blueprint, right, for getting that deep, natural rest.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to focus entirely on methods that work with your body's own sleep systems, not relying on, pills.
Yeah, and that approach is so important for you to understand. We tend to think of sleep as, optional, something we can just cut back on.
Right.
But the research is absolutely clear. Quality sleep is the foundation. It's the bedrock of holistic well-being.
Foundational how, specifically?
Well, it's essential for your physical health, for starters, but also emotional balance and, frankly, the mental clarity you need to actually pursue your goals, whatever they are.
Okay, let's talk scale. The numbers are pretty staggering. Our sources show something like 80% of people globally have some kind of sleep disruption.
80%, it's almost universal.
But it gets more specific, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What's actually keeping people awake? It's not just, like, a bad mattress.
No, not at all. The psychological factors are huge. The data pinpoints this really clearly. 42% blame personal anxiety.
42%.
And another 27% point directly to work stress as the main thing sabotaging their rest.
So anxiety and work, that covers a lot of ground.
It does. And this immediately brings up the hidden costs, right? What happens when you consistently lose that sleep?
Yeah, what are the consequences?
Well, we can break it down into sort of 3 main areas based on the material. Physically, your immunity takes a hit straight away.
Weakened immune system.
Yep. Plus increased inflammation, all sorts of hormone disruptions, and it even seems to accelerate aging.
Okay, that's the body. What about the mind? The mental drain must be huge, too.
Oh, absolutely destructive. Emotionally, sleep deprivation fuels anxiety, makes you more unstable emotionally, and definitely increases the risk of depression.
And for just getting things done, your purpose.
That's the third piece. Cognitively, you just don't have the focus, the energy, or the clarity. You're trying to run your day completely drained. Creativity suffers, decision-making suffers.
It makes sense then that people turn to sleep aids. It's a huge market, billions of dollars.
It is, but here's the pitfall we found confirmed again and again. Sleeping pills often fail in the long run.
How so? They knock you out, don't they?
They might make you unconscious, yes. But they just mask the symptoms. They don't fix the why. Plus, you quickly build dependency and tolerance.
Needing more and more.
Exactly. And critically, they mess with your natural sleep architecture. The different stages of sleep get disrupted.
So it's not real rest.
It's often an illusion of rest, yeah. You're not getting the right kind of sleep for actual repair. So the takeaway is really, we need to ditch those artificial crutches. We need to optimize the sophisticated systems our bodies already have.
Right. Let's get into that sophisticated science then, because sleep isn't just switching off, is it? It's an active process.
Incredibly active. It's like system maintenance for your body and brain. And the real magic, happens as we cycle through different stages.
Okay.
We really need to focus on the 2 most critical phases for restoration. First up is deep sleep, stage 3.
Deep sleep.
Yeah, accounts for about maybe 25% of your total sleep time.
Okay.
This is where the physical repair happens. Growth hormone release, tissue repair, strengthening the immune system. It's heavy lifting for the body.
Physical restoration. Got it.
Okay.
And the other 25%, that's REM sleep.
Correct. REM, rapid eye movement. That's the mental and emotional housekeeping stage.
Housekeeping.
Yeah, think memory consolidation, processing the emotions of the day, even boosting creativity and problem solving. It's crucial for mental sharpness.
So deep sleep for the body, REM for the mind.
Basically. And the key insight here is you need both. You need to complete roughly 4 to 6 full 90-minute cycles of these stages each night. It's about the quality of those cycles, not just total hours in bed.
Okay, 4 to 6 cycles. And what controls this whole nightly performance? There's a master controller, right? The circadian rhythm.
That's it. Your internal 24-hour clock. It's run by this tiny region in the brain, the suprachiasmatic nucleus. Fancy name, but think of it as the master switch.
Master switch for what?
For controlling alertness, body temperature, and crucially, the release of key hormones. Like melatonin, which signals time for sleep, and cortisol, which signals time to wake up.
The sleep-wake hormone.
But here's the problem. Modern life seems almost perfectly designed to mess up this master clock.
How so?
The research points to a few major culprits. Artificial light is a big one, especially blue light from screens.
Right, screens.
Also, irregular schedules. Going to bed and waking up at different times throws the clock completely off. And yeah, screen time right before bed is probably the worst offender.
Why is it so bad?
Because that bright bluish light essentially tells your brain, hey, it's daytime. Even when it's 11 p.m., it suppresses melatonin right when you need it most. It's like tricking your brain into thinking it's noon.
Okay, so our bodies have these amazing systems, but modern life disrupts them.
Exactly. So if we accept that, then our job is really just to cooperate with our own biology. We need to work with these natural systems, not against them.
Which brings us to the practical stuff, the actionable optimizers.
Yes. The 7 evidence-based optimizers that came up consistently in the material.
All right, let's dive in. Optimizer number 1 seems like the biggest lever, the Circadian Rhythm Reset, specifically through light exposure.
This is fundamental. The goal is to use light strategically. You want to suppress melatonin production during the day so you get a strong, natural surge of it at night.
Makes sense. How do we do that?
The protocol is actually pretty simple but powerful. You need to get 10 to 30 minutes of bright, natural sunlight exposure.
Natural sunlight.
Yes, ideally within the first hour of waking up. That morning light hits your eyes and basically slams the start day button for your master clock.
Okay, first hour. What about the evening?
Then you do the opposite. You need to significantly dim your environment, starting about 2 to 3 hours before your intended bedtime. Less light signals, wind down time.
Now, I know what some listeners are thinking. What if you live somewhere cloudy or wake up before the sun in winter? Can you use an artificial light?
Good question. Yes, the findings suggest a bright, full-spectrum light lamp can be an effective substitute. You want it positioned relatively high, directing light towards your eyes, mimicking the sun. But consistency is really the key. You need that strong morning signal every day.
Okay, consistency. And any tips for the evening dimming, especially with screens?
Definitely. Using blue light blocking glasses after sunset is a really practical and highly effective way to minimize that disruptive blue light from screens and indoor lighting.
Okay, glasses after sunset. So that's light covered.
Yeah.
What's next? Optimizer 2, sleep environment mastery, the bedroom itself.
Right. And the single most critical factor here, according to the science, is temperature.
Temperature, more important than darkness.
Both are crucial, but temperature has a profound effect on initiating and maintaining deep sleep. The ideal range is surprisingly cool, 60 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit.
60 degrees, that's about 15 to 19 Celsius. Sounds chilly.
It might feel chilly initially, but it's necessary. Your core body temperature needs to drop slightly to signal sleep onset and stay in those deep restorative stages. A warm room fights against that natural drop.
So keep it cool. That's non-negotiable for deep sleep.
Non-negotiable. And yes, complete darkness is also key. You want to maximize your natural melatonin production. And it's very sensitive, even to small amounts of light, like from chargers or clocks. Blackout curtains can be a game changer.
Okay, cool and dark. Now we've set the stage. What about preparing the mind? Optimizer 3, evening routine mastery, the 90-minute wind down.
This is all about creating a buffer zone, a transition from the busyness of the day to the quiet of sleep. The protocol starts 90 minutes before you plan to be asleep.
90 minutes out. What happens then?
Stop all intense activity.
Yeah.
No stressful work, no intense exercise, no heated discussions. Just stop stimulating your brain.
Okay, and then?
60 minutes before bed, shift into genuinely relaxing activities. Gentle stretching, reading a physical book fiction is usually better than nonfiction. Maybe listening to calm music or a podcast, something soothing.
And the big don'ts here.
The research is crystal clear. Avoid screens, that blue light again, and avoid anything work-related. Those things keep your brain in high alert, problem-solving mode, spiking cortisol, which is the opposite of what you need for sleep.
Right, fighting against the wind down. Okay, moving on. Sometimes, even with the right environment and routine, things are still off. Optimizer 4, natural sleep supplements.
Exactly. While the goal isn't long-term reliance, certain compounds backed by evidence can definitely help support your natural systems, especially during tricky periods.
Okay, what did the research highlight?
3 main ones stood out. First, magnesium. Specifically, magnesium glycinate seems best tolerated, usually around 200 to 400 milligrams.
Why magnesium?
It plays a huge role in relaxing both muscles and the nervous system, and importantly, it supports the production of GABA.
The GABA.
Yeah, GABA is your main calming neurotransmitter. It basically tells your nervous system, okay, it's safe, power down. Magnesium helps that process.
Okay, magnesium glycinate. What else?
Melatonin itself, obviously. But the key finding is caution. Use it strategically at very low doses, like 0.5 to 3 milligrams. It's best reserved for specific timing issues, like jet lag or adjusting to shift work, not really for chronic, everyday insomnia.
Low dose, specific uses.
Got it.
And the third?
L-theanine. This is an amino acid often found in green tea. What's interesting is it promotes relaxation and reduces anxiety without causing drowsiness.
How does it do that?
It seems to increase alpha brainwaves, which are associated with that state of calm alertness or relaxed focus, kind of a nice bridge towards sleepiness.
Interesting. Okay, let's talk about the racing mind. Optimizer 5. Stress reduction and mental calm. This feels like a big one for many people.
Huge. That feeling of lying in bed, mind buzzing, that's often driven by stress hormones, primarily cortisol. So we need techniques to actively switch off that stress response.
And activate the relaxation response.
Exactly. We need to engage the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest system. The research strongly supports breathing techniques for this.
Like which one?
The 4-7-8 breath is consistently mentioned. It's simple. Inhale quietly through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold your breath for 7 seconds. Then exhale completely through your mouth for 8 seconds, making a whooshing sound.
Inhale 4, hold 7, exhale 8.
Repeat that just 3 or 4 times. It's a powerful, immediate way to signal calm to your nervous system.
Okay, breathing for immediate calm. What about persistent worries, like the next day's to-do list?
For that mental loop, journaling can be incredibly effective. Just spend 5-10 minutes before your wind down, writing down everything that's on your mind, tasks, worries, ideas. Get it out of your head and onto paper.
Like a brain dump.
Precisely. It helps close those open mental loops so they don't follow you into bed.
Makes sense. Okay, Optimizer 6. Nutrition for sleep. Food and drink clearly play a role.
They really do. And timing is absolutely critical here.
Timing of meals.
Yes. The general consensus is to have your last large meal at least 3 to 4 hours before bedtime. Digestion is an active process. You don't want your body working hard on that when it should be winding down.
3 to 4 hours.
Okay.
And caffeine, we know it's bad, but how bad?
The half-life of caffeine is surprisingly long, around 6 to 8 hours for most people.
Half-life, meaning half of it is still in your system after that long.
Exactly. So that afternoon coffee at 3 p.m., half of that caffeine could still be circulating in your system at 9 or 10 p.m., interfering with sleep onset and quality. The standard advice is no caffeine after 2 p.m.
Wow, 2 p.m. cutoff. Good to know. Are there any foods that actually help sleep?
Yes, a few things pop up. Tart cherry juice is often mentioned because it's a natural source of melatonin.
Interesting.
And some nuts, like almonds and walnuts, are good sources of magnesium and also contain tryptophan, an amino acid the body uses to make serotonin and melatonin. A small handful as part of your wind down might be helpful.
All right. And the final optimizer, number 7, movement and exercise.
Yes. Regular physical activity is a fantastic sleep promoter. It tends to increase the amount of time you spend in deep sleep, which is crucial. Plus, it's a great stress reducer.
So exercise is good. Any caveats?
The main one is timing. Intense exercise too close to bedtime can actually be disruptive. It raises core body temperature and releases stimulating hormones like cortisol right when you want them to be decreasing.
So avoid the heavy gym session right before bed.
Definitely. Aim to finish vigorous workouts at least 3 to 4 hours before you plan to sleep. However, gentle movement in the evening, like light stretching or a relaxed walk, can actually be beneficial as part of your wind-down routine.
Okay, those are the 7 optimizers. But as people start trying these, what are the common mistakes that the research flags? Things that trip people up.
Yeah, knowing the rules is one thing, sticking to them is another. There are a few key pitfalls. Number 1 is probably inconsistent sleep schedules.
We talked about the clock.
Exactly. Sleeping in late on weekends, going to bed at random times during the week, it just confuses your circadian rhythm completely. Consistency, even on weekends, is maybe the most powerful tool you have. Aim for consistent wake-up times, especially.
Okay, consistency first. What's mistake number 2?
Trying to force sleep. lying there getting increasingly frustrated because you're not falling asleep.
The harder you try.
The more awake you become, it creates performance anxiety around sleep. The counterintuitive solution: if you've been awake in bed for, say, 20 minutes or so, get up.
Get out of bed.
Yep. Go to another room, do something quiet and relaxing in very dim light. Read a boring book, listen to calm music until you feel genuinely sleepy again. Then go back to bed. You want to reassociate your bed with sleep, not frustration.
Okay, don't force it. And the third common mistake.
We touched on it, but it bears repeating. Keeping the bedroom too warm. It directly interferes with that necessary drop in body temperature for deep sleep. Keep it cool.
Cool, dark, and consistent. Got it.
Huh.
Now, making all these changes takes effort. Why is it so worthwhile? You mentioned a positive spiral.
Yes, that's the encouraging part. It's an upward feedback loop. When you start getting better sleep, so many other things improve almost automatically.
Like what?
Your stress levels go down because cortisol is better regulated, your physical health improves, you have more energy during the day, your impulse control gets better, so you make healthier food choices, maybe you feel more like exercising.
Which then helps you sleep even better the next night.
Exactly. Better sleep leads to better choices and better health, which leads to even better sleep. It's self-reinforcing in a really positive way.
And that link to physical health is really direct, isn't it?
Absolutely undeniable. The research is stark. Significant sleep deprivation can slash the activity of crucial immune cells, your natural killer cells, by as much as 70%.
70% reduction in immune function.
Yeah.
That's huge.
It makes you much more vulnerable to infections. And it also messes with your hunger hormones. Ghrelin, which signals hunger, goes up, and leptin, which signals fullness, goes down.
So that's the link to weight management.
It's a very strong link. Poor sleep is directly tied to issues with weight, metabolism, and overall immunity. It's not just about feeling tired.
Okay, so wrapping this all up for our listeners, what are the main takeaways they should hold on to?
I think 3 core principles emerge. First, quality sleep isn't a luxury. It's foundational to literally everything else in your life.
Foundational. Okay.
Second, you have to work with your body's natural systems, the circadian rhythm, the sleep stages. Don't fight them with pills or bad habits.
Work with biology.
And third, consistency is king. Especially with wake-up times and light exposure, your body loves predictability.
Right. Now, hearing all 7 optimizers might feel overwhelming. Where should someone start?
Definitely don't try to do everything at once. That's a recipe for burnout. We'd suggest picking just 2 things to focus on this week.
Just 2. Which ones?
Based on the impact, the 2 highest leverage points are probably 1, setting a strict, consistent bedtime and wake-up time 7 days a week, and 2, implementing that morning light exposure routine within an hour of waking.
Consistent schedule and morning light.
Those 2 actions alone do a massive amount to reset your circadian rhythm and set the stage for all the other improvements. Start there, build momentum.
Start small, build momentum. That sounds manageable. Thank you for guiding us through this deep dive into the science of rest.
My pleasure. And maybe a final thought for everyone listening to consider as they work on this. We know REM sleep is vital for things like creative problem solving, memory, and emotional regulation.
Right. The mental housekeeping.
So if you really focus on optimizing your sleep, especially REM, ask yourself, are you just recovering from yesterday? Or are you actually actively enhancing your ability to think clearer, solve problems better, make smarter decisions, and ultimately achieve your goals, all while you dream? Sleep might just be the most accessible superpower you have.